Welcome back to the What's Real podcast, man. Niggas on the podcast, same clothes, same everything. We ain't take no showers, no nothing, shawty.
Okay.
No, we do. We don't get clean around here. Stay dirty around this.
Yeah.
Well, I at least shower
How
once
y'all
a
been
week.
doing?
Shit, just about 5 minutes ago. I'm straight, man. I'm a little hungry.
Shit, I ain't talked to y'all in about a week, ain't it?
I got this ankle thing going on. I don't really know what's going on there. Like it kind of hurts, but yeah.
What you been doing?
I like twisted it at work. I think I don't know. I'm cool.
Boy, I thought you said something else. Boy, you said ankle, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What do you think I said?
I don't even want to know.
Yeah, I don't think I want to know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
so yeah, speaking of hungry, I got some food in there. I got these beef tips I'm about to cook. Little cheddar rice, the little Norris rice. You know me. I ain't doing all that extra stuff, just a little Norris. And then I got some green beans in there. So I don't
care if I can.
Oh, I say, are you giving us any? Like, what are you?
Yeah.
Pull up.
Telling me for. Anyway, all right.
Pull up, man.
So let's jump straight into the first topic. Squid Games. Thoughts, reactions, ratings. What did you guys think?
I should think. So I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, man. I started it, got a good ways in it. I was supposed to finish it with my girlfriend, so we're supposed to watch the show together.
Mm-hmm.
She done finished it without me, so she Netflix cheated. So
right.
I ain't finished it all, but the ones I did watch, I really liked it. I give it a good rating, and it's just like everybody else say, like that's the reason I watched it. Everybody, oh, you should watch this. You should watch this. Every time I go to work, they tell me to watch Squid Games, and it was pretty good. So I feel like the ones that I watched pretty good. I ain't finished it though, so can't give y'all. But it's pretty.
I haven't finished it either. I will say, I mean, Twitter kind of ruined the end. Not ruined it, but I kind of got it just at the end and all that, whatever. But I watched like the first 5 episodes. I'm not gonna say I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the plot. I enjoyed what the plot was supposed to be, but everything outside of that was fucking awful. The acting was awful. The fucking the voice and them trying to translate the words.
Oh yeah, that's terrible.
They should have just kept this shit in Korea or just made this shit an anime.
Well, I was gonna ask, did y'all watch it in sub or dub? Because a lot of people say that ruined the experience for them. The English translation.
That voiceover was something serious.
Well, I watched it in I lost a little bit in dub, and I was like, oh hell no. So
right.
I watch anime, so I'm like, maybe sub might be better, and that shit did not feel that much better to me. I don't know, maybe because I already had like watched a little bit in dub.
Mm. Was it your first Korean like live television show?
No, I had seen a couple, and I know they kind of supposed to be like that, but that just felt so much like worse than the rest that I've seen.
Yes, see, that's what I was gonna say. I actually didn't really understand. I thought the concept of the games were cool, and like
and the concept of the story. But I had so many questions, like why the fuck this nigga keep like? It was just a lot of questions. It was a lot of holes for me. Maybe they get answered in the last 4 or 5, but in the first 5, like I just didn't understand a lot of the decisions he was making. Like the first couple episodes, like when he was going around asking people for money, and then you wanted to stop playing, and then you wanted to go back, but you didn't even want to go back for your kids. You just didn't want to be broke. Like,
well, he went back for his mom to get the money for her.
Yeah, but he didn't give a fuck about his kid. Like, it was just a lot that it was a lot of questions.
I really, to say that I didn't enjoy it was probably wrong. I enjoyed it because I think that, especially the last, I think like 3 episodes, I was really coming around to the main character side. Because at first, I didn't like him because he made a lot of bad decisions. Like you said,
didn't make a lot of sense.
He didn't really. I mean, he cared about his little girl, but obviously,
he didn't really care.
Yeah,
How the hell you get $1 billion in debt though? That is crazy. That's a whole lot of money to get in debt. You might as well just kill yourself at this point. You ain't gonna make that back. Go ahead, though. My bad.
But also, I'm usually not one for redemption stories and like come ups and all that. But him defying the odds and finally, I mean, I'm sure everybody listening to this has watched it. Him finally winning and number one revealing who he truly was and all that. I can't wait for season 2. I hope that we get to see more of the world games because obviously, you know, the dude that got him into the game with the fucking envelope shit, when they were slapping around, you know, he's getting more people into it again. So hopefully they expand more on what he's doing in it and like, you know, hopefully they can get more out of it. Because I like season 1, but like you said, a lot of questions weren't really answered until kind of it was too late and it was really drug out in the end. The fact that you didn't finish is probably a good thing because those last 3 episodes were kind of a fucking drag. It could have been lowered down to 1.5, really.
Yeah, I watched the first 5. Like, I think after the tug of war episode, I think that might have been the last episode I watched. So I guess from 6 to 10
I just watched YouTube summaries after that because I was like,
yeah. I think everything outside of the concept, like the concept was the only thing that was keeping me in the game. Like the fact that, you know, you're gambling your life to you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. I get the whole concept of the game. And that's what made me interested. You know,
the best character died. That's what pissed me off. Ali?
Oh, yeah.
The best character died. Like, why would you kill off the best character like in the middle of the fucking season? Sorry, keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so
he went on a rant.
No, I feel you. So I think, like I said, you know, I had a lot of questions. I didn't finish it, obviously, but I think I'm gonna probably just finish it just to see the end. I'm probably gonna skip through some of that bullshit and just finish it just to see the end so I can get some closure on some of this shit. But I think it was more, it gave me like the Bird Box effect. Like, I don't know if y'all remember when Bird Box first came out.
If you hadn't got out of hype, you probably would have thought it was just okay instead of just like more so bad. Because I definitely think it was overhyped. I don't see why people are calling it the greatest Korean film of all time or whatever.
I mean, it's okay. Like, it's not bad.
At all.
It's not a bad show. It's just not good or not great. Like, it's just
it ain't bad.
It's just the show.
It just ain't bad.
I feel like in a show, obviously your plot and stuff matters, but the acting matters and how you conduct the season, how things happen in the season matter.
Yeah.
And I think they went 1 for 3. So I don't think things that was happening in the show and the way they were, like you said, they were dragging shit out. Like, honestly, they didn't even have to put that he had a daughter that he couldn't get because it's not like he gave a fuck, really. So it was like that was.
And then in the end, I guess I'm not going to finish it now.
You can tell me. I don't care.
He basically has a choice of going to LA to see his daughter or going back to try to expose the Squid Game shit, and he goes back to expose the Squid Game shit instead of going to see his daughter after being rich and a millionaire. You've already won to let all these other people die. That's fine. Go see your daughter. This has nothing to do with you.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I get the whole story of the game and all that. I think they nailed that. But as far as everything else, it was just like, you lost me. Like, you got me with the plot and the story, but like, the more I'm watching, the more I'm asking questions, and the more I'm not getting the answer, and the more I don't understand. Like, why is this shit even in the movie?
Y'all know that he tried to get this movie, his series put out in 2010, but he kept getting rejected. So like, I don't know if they edited much before then. This is probably how it looked in 2010 or whatnot, though. So that's probably why you guys can't get a lot of answers and stuff like that. But like Tank said, season two maybe what you guys needed for fulfillment, if you get what I'm saying.
Man, I hope so. I'm like I said, I'm gonna finish it just to finish it. But I've kind of lost hope in it, honestly. And what you're saying might be true, but at the same time, if they took it 10 years, 11 years after the fact, they edited it. So, like, it's not like they didn't know this was 11 years old. Like, you're not going to put an 11-year-old movie out or show out.
Also,
you're going to change something.
if the first season of your show doesn't get me, why would the second season?
And another thing, any show, a lot of shows with real life characters, if the first 2-3 seasons aren't good, the show's probably not going to be good.
Yeah, it's like the first 2-3 what episodes or seasons?
Seasons, like the first couple seasons are usually the best in any like human real life person with regular character, like with real people playing characters. The first couple 4, 3, 4, 5, like it's always bad towards the end of the series. This was like okay, and it was like, all right, I don't know where they going. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they made it seem like his motive was to pay people back and to reunite with his daughter and things like that. But as the show went on, it was really just seemed like it was more to get at the people that put him in the position he put himself in. Like, and that's where I was a little lost. Like, so first he wants to, of course you broke. You want to get out of debt. You want to pay people back. You want to see your daughter.
But then it turned to him wanting to be a hero and
want to be a hero for something that you signed up for. So it's not, now it's like, wait a minute. What the hell is going on? Like, that's why I didn't really, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really understand it, but whatever, it is what it is. I'm gonna watch it. I mean, I'm probably gonna watch season 2 just cause fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully an anime takes this and remakes this and make it better. That's my hope.
Probably will.
But yeah, that's all I got for Squid Games.
I'm gonna finish it up probably in the next couple of days. I wish I could talk more about it on here, but I ain't finished it up, so I will finish it up in the next couple of days.
Here's something you can talk about, something the whole goddamn world's been talking about. Kyrie Irving. And your larger thoughts on the vaccine and such. TJ, since he's I guess still your favorite player, maybe your ex-favorite player. You can.
I don't know. I still support him. I don't know why they're making it such a big deal. Like they basically hating the man because he chooses not to take the vaccine. But there's other stars in the league that chooses not to take the vaccine, and they ain't getting as much hate as him. But because he played for a New York team and New York has the mandate, then he gets so much hate for it.
It's also because he's playing for a serious title contender, whereas some of those other players are not. But that's also part of it.
But I just want to say, like, what if, okay, let's say California is one of them in New York. So I want to say if Stephen Curry didn't take the vaccine, will he be getting so much hate? No, he wouldn't be getting so much. But because it's Kyrie and because he stands on what he stands on and this, that, and the third, they want to take shots at him and everything else. Like, nah, the man don't want to take the vaccine. And maybe he's not wrong. Maybe he has a vision of something, or he knows something about the vaccine that most people don't know, and that's the reason he don't want to take it. Now, oh, y'all taking his God-given talent away from him because he believes he shouldn't have to take the vaccine. How is that fair to him? But I understand why. How is that fair to everybody else when you're trying to stop the spread of COVID? But I don't get it because people that took the vaccine is getting COVID and still dying. So, like, what's y'all opinion on that? Because I don't really understand why he getting so much hate over it.
You want me to go first? I don't really have a lot. Yeah. I don't really have a lot to say. Honestly, I just feel like two people can be right in their own way, and I feel like the world just doesn't seem to understand that Kyrie can be right in his own decision to not want to get the vaccine and for what he believes in. And the NBA can also be right for punishing him for it. I just feel like it could just be that, and that's that. But for some reason, personal decisions are being reviewed by others, and I just don't understand it because nobody like. I get what you're saying, though, TJ. I mean, obviously, Steph Curry would still get hate. It probably wouldn't be as much hate because he's not an outlier like Kyrie. He's not different, quote unquote, to what people believe. So, you know, yeah. But I just feel like if Kyrie don't want to take the vaccine, he don't want to take the vaccine, and that's okay. If the NBA want to punish him, the NBA don't want to let him play, that's okay too. That's their rules. He knows the rules. He chose not to follow the rules. And I think both sides can be okay. But in today's world, we can't live in a world where it's like two people can't simultaneously be right. Like if I go left and you go right, somebody wrong. Somebody should have went left. Somebody should have like. It can't just be like, oh, I went this way and you went that way, and we both still came out fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's really my only problem with this. It just shows that in today's world, you have to, if you don't go one way, people gonna be mad that you didn't go the other way. If you took the vaccine, people will be mad, like, oh, I thought you wouldn't have taken the vaccine. But like, it's always gonna be a problem. So I just feel like, why can't Kyrie be right in his decision to not want to take the vaccine for his own beliefs, his own reasons? And the NBA can also be right for punishing him and not wanting him or not following the New York mandate rules. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they can just both be right and it just be okay, just like that. So that's really it for me. I don't really think nothing much else of it. I just wish that they could both be right and we could get off this topic, but it seems to bother everyone.
Yeah, like. All right, go ahead, Tay.
I was gonna say, couldn't have said it better myself. But like you said, in this world, two people can't be right about the same thing. I think I'm at a point with professional athletes. It's been enough time to where I think they all understand that to ensure the protection of your teammates and the staff around you, blah, 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 you have to get the vaccine. So I'm totally with that. Basically, to make these millions, you got to have this vaccine to make sure you protect everybody around you. So I totally understand that.
Right.
What I don't really get is if everybody has access to the same information, which I assume Kyrie has taken quite a look at if he hasn't gotten the vaccine yet. Why not just say, all right, I'm not gonna because he hasn't said whether he's gonna take it or not.
Yeah,
he's just fighting a voiceless fight, standing up for what he believes in, which is great. But he hasn't said whether he's actually gonna do it or not. He hadn't say whether he's gonna not play basketball. I know he said he doesn't want y'all to take away, whatever he said in that little letter.
He's gonna retire and stuff like that.
Right.
He just wants to speak for himself. Like, he haven't even got a chance to do that yet. Everybody already putting in their opinion and saying this, that, and the third about him. So go ahead, Tay. My bad.
See, and with the opinions thing, I didn't really like the Instagram live he did because I watched, I think, maybe 12 minutes of it. And he kind of just beat around one large bush the whole time. And he kind of does that every time he gets on live. Kyrie just kind of says stuff about people spinning narratives and saying this and this and this about him. But he doesn't really.
Yeah, but he never
doesn't really substantiate anything. He doesn't really take a stand anywhere. You know what I mean? He just kind of puts it out there for you to think about, and he leaves it up to you. That's the one thing I really like about it. You came out and finally said something, but you didn't say anything.
Yeah, I think another maybe slight problem I might have with this is this has nothing to really do with Kyrie. It's really more the NBA, because if I'm just thinking like, okay, if I'm like just me thinking how I'm thinking, okay, cool. The mandate's in New York. You can't play if you're from New York. I guess if you're on a team or whatever in New York, you can't play if you're not vaccinated in New York. but other players from other teams can come into your facility and possibly spread this virus or put it at risk. I just don't understand why they didn't go all out. If you have to come to New York to play, if you have to come to New York, you have to be vaccinated.
Well, because I think then you get into like, different state law. Because if you're coming from, let's say Bradley Beal in Washington, if you're coming from Virginia where you don't have to be vaccinated and go to New York, that'd be like persecuting you for something that's illegal there, but not back at home.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why you can't really police it like that. It would make the most sense. Like, to say Bradley Beal can't come to New York or California.
But I look at it more like an accessory to a crime, because I look at it more like in that kind of analogy. Like if Bradley Beal comes to, and Lord forbid he doesn't have COVID, but if he comes to New York and he has COVID and he doesn't know, you know what I'm saying? If he has it asymptomatically, and he passes to somebody with the vaccine, and then it just spreads from that. It's kind of like, it's a hard analogy because it's not really like he's doing the crime, but he's also the accessory to the crime at the same time. Like he didn't know that he was in that. You know what I'm saying? That's just like if you take somebody somewhere and then they go rob a bank, you don't know they're robbing a bank. You just taking them somewhere and they come back and they're like, oh, speed off. You accessory to a crime, you didn't know nothing.
Now you part of it. Sorry.
So but I mean, obviously it's not the same because Bradley Beal knows that he could catch COVID and spread it. But I feel like the government knows that. Like, I think that's what I guess that's my analogy. Like, you guys are accessory to this crime because y'all know that somebody from another state can just come in and just spread COVID. And it would be like nobody's vaccinated. I think that's where I get lost at. But I agree with you. Kyrie he really gave us no, I stand on the unvaccinated side. He just said a whole lot of nothing. I mean, he basically like, he did the whole cryptic, find the message in my words with no message. Like, that's really what it felt like. It felt like he was like, I'm going to say a bunch of cryptic stuff, a lot of stuff that you got to go and...
But now he sounded real good when he said, like, Kyrie talked like a professional fucking podcaster. He's so eloquent with his words and
well put together.
Of stuff his verbiage is immaculate. But he never gets to anything. That's the only...
Yeah. I didn't know what he meant. I ain't gonna say I didn't know what he meant, but I just couldn't tell where he. After I watched it, I was like, "So what is it? What does he mean? Like, is he gonna get vaccinated or not? Like, I don't know if this was to show people this is what happens when you don't even say anything, because he even, like you say, he hasn't really said he wasn't gonna get vaccinated. So is this like a, hey, this is what happens when, you know what I'm saying, this is how the government shows their hand type thing? Like, I don't know. And at this point, I'm over it. Like I said, I wish it could just, if he gets the vaccine, cool. If he don't, cool. I wish it could be whatever decision he makes is cool. And whatever the NBA decision makes is also cool, because at the end of the day, they're a brand. They have to protect their brand. You know what I'm saying? So, and obviously, the NBA can't really control a state law, so it's nothing really the NBA can do. Even if he was like, I need some help.
Well, they did. I think, I don't know if this was the NBA or the Nets organization, but they did say that the practice facility is a private facility, so he could practice with the team. But then they came out and said, well, actually, he can't because we don't want him to be a part-time player. So I don't know who really tried to help in that situation, but I'm assuming
the Nets tried to get some, like, hey, we're gonna try to get him to, like, if we can, but I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, what can the NBA really do? They can't stop laws for a basketball game, like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they just got to go off what the government says. So, like, I just feel like you can both be right in your own way. You can both have your own thing.
I'm thinking now that we've talked about it, I'm thinking now, So all the NBA players that's vaccinated just to play for the Brooklyn or for San Francisco or all the California teams or the New York teams, do they family have do their family is vaccinated? Because if their family isn't vaccinated, there's no point in them being vaccinated to play if their family could catch COVID or whatnot. And the NBA can't just go around and asking people if their family vaccinated or not. So that's another thing. Like, you can't, like, just for instance, if KD is vaccinated and his mom isn't, and he be around his mom during the whole season, and his mom catches it and give it to him, like, what's the point of enforcing the New York rule if the families don't have to be vaccinated? You just making the NBA player vaccinated just for him to play. Like, I don't feel like that's fair. But like you said,
oh no, it's certainly not. It's certainly not fair. But like Trey was saying just now, you got to do what you can to protect your brand, protect your assets. And if that's getting some newfound vaccine to possibly help with this unprecedented situation, you got to do what you got to do, whether your players like it or not, obviously.
Yeah, and 9 times out of 10, your players, 9 times out of 10, most players are going to fall in line. Only,
I mean, that's my thing. They're making millions. How many people are really going to give up millions of dollars? I mean, obviously, Kyrie, because he's already made enough money.
That's what I'm saying. So not everybody has the luxury to. Everybody has the luxury to do what he's doing.
Yeah, if it's me, so put it. Come on, I got to ready for season.
Fuck that. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. It's me.
I'll be there till you cool. I got millions.
If I'm a 7th man off the bench, you think I'm gonna voice out and be like, hell no, I ain't getting the vaccine? Like, what? They gonna cut you so fucking fast? They don't give a fuck. Like, they don't care. Like, that's what I'm saying. So, like, only he can afford to do this. So, but he hasn't really stood out and was like, hey, I'm standing up for the people that don't want to get vaccinated or didn't want to get vaccinated and had to because they have to feed their family. He hasn't said that. So it's like, well, what are you just killing time? Like, we don't know. And it's like, he don't say anything, which is cool, but you got to know that these narratives are going to start because you're Kyrie. You've always been the outlier. They've always worded you wrong. They've always made you like this person who only cares about himself. So you got to know this is going to come. Like,
yeah,
especially if you don't say anything. That's my thing. Like, he too old to not know that stuff like this is going to happen. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Well, so I don't know. I mean, well, you know how I feel, man. If you get vaccinated, he do. If you don't, he don't. Oh well, right. The NBA gonna continue. So regardless if he play or not,
the NBA train will keep on rolling.
So
Brooklyn lost. I'm glad Brooklyn lost. Last night, opening night. I hope they be a 4-5 seed until they bring them back.
I just figured out how to switch the cameras on my phone.
Let's go. All right. So speaking of the NBA train rolling on, give me you guys quick thoughts on the season. Who do you think will be the top teams? Who are you watching out for, player wise?
Top 5 out of each conference.
I mean, sure.
West, I'm gonna go Lakers. Dang, let me think about that West. The West is loaded.
You got the Lakers.
I'm gonna rule out the Clippers because they're not gonna have Kawhi this whole season. If Klay come back and be the Klay Thompson, the Warriors, this is not no particular order. Lakers, Warriors.
Nuggets, maybe.
Yeah, if Jamal Murray come back, Jamal Murray.
Well, I don't think.
Go ahead.
I was like, I don't think he'll be back till almost playoff time. I think.
Oh, okay, then, because if he would have came back before, they could actually be a one.
Michael Porter Jr. is going to be the most improved player. So,
yeah, But if they had Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., and Jokic, they can possibly be a 1 seed again. Was there 1 seed a year or two ago?
Nah, it was something like that.
Okay. Do y'all think the Jazz improved? Because they was a 2 seed last year. Right?
No, they didn't.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, they're not gonna.
I think I don't even.
Suns will definitely be back.
The backup center is Hassan Whiteside. Like, no, they didn't get better.
Okay. They went and got him.
Went and got him. Where was he at? Sacramento or something? Anyway, let's not.
I need to hear what's y'all's top 5 first in the West.
In the West,
keeping on some teams, I can't think of them right now.
I mean, Nuggets. I think Phoenix still gonna be out there.
So yeah, that's what I said.
Blazers are gonna be pretty good. I think top 6.
Yeah, they ain't gonna be 5 though.
I actually think Sacramento will make the play-in game. That'll surprise some people. Not that that really matters, but they'll be there. I think the Timberwolves get better. Top 8, maybe 10. I'm trying to think of the powerhouse. Why can't I think of the West powerhouses?
Because they're all gone now. You used to think of San Antonio,
Right.
all them gone. Clippers ain't got Kawhi, so that's dead.
Dallas might be pretty good. Maybe if Porzingis does anything launch other than launch 30-foot threes. I feel like I'm forgetting. I feel like I'm definitely forgetting a team. The Warriors, like you said. But it's kind of an open race.
Exactly.
It's kind of an open race. I don't even think the Lakers would be the best team in the West, not in the regular season. Not unless one of those 3 get hurt and somebody can kind of take over more. I honestly think it'd be fine if LeBron got hurt or sat out for a while. Because you kind of got Westbrook to carry you through the regular season. I mean, it ain't like he's going to help you in the playoffs.
Bro, the West is not strong this year.
No, it's not. That's, kind of, I wouldn't say it sucks, but it kind of sucks.
Top 5 if everybody get healthy. Lakers, Warriors, Nuggets, Suns, and Clippers. If everybody's healthy, they had Kawhi and Jamal.
I say, if you can forget about the Clippers, that's going to be the Blazers spot. We talk about the East, though. The East is much more exciting.
Oh, yeah, we can get to talking.
Talk about the East.
I think Bucks going to come out the East again. The way that they look open tonight, I'm not
Bucks started Grayson Allen. I'm just Shout out Duke. My bad.
You their rock though. I think the Bucks looking really good this year. I
actually think Giannis might win another MVP this year.
Yeah, the way they looking, and he can shoot now. Well, he's shooting more now.
That thing looking good. Ooh, that top of the key game he got now. Oh my goodness.
Bucks.
I've been waiting on it.
Nets, yes, of course. Forget them, but all right. You got the Heat looking good this year.
I don't know why you keep saying that.
He right there.
I said the Heats are looking good. I ain't saying they're gonna be.
He don't want to have Kyle Lowry. Keep moving.
No, if Victor Oladipo come back, it may be a different story though. They might just.
I don't know where your faith in Victor Oladipo at.
Hey, you remember the Pacers years from 6 years ago?
You need to let that shit go, bro. It's over with.
The Hawks definitely gonna be good. Sixers, they so iffy. I don't know, man. If Jordan B stay healthy, then yeah.
I really hope if they move. I hope if they move Ben, they just get back. Just like 2 solid shooters that can do something. Oh my goodness, they can be so good. They can be so good.
I mean,
I want Ben to stay, man. For some strange, I want him to stay, but it's done with. It's done with. But
I wouldn't hate if he stayed either, because I mean, you seen what they can do together.
I just want him to be more aggressive scoring wise. Like, y'all want me to stay? Now I'm about to average 30.
On twos?
Yeah.
He gonna do layups and post ups all game?
No,
Hold on.
30.
Whoa.
You
can get about 16, man.
Giannis don't even average 30.
Not 30, but I'm saying I'm about to average 15, 20 shot attempts.
Put it like worry about averaging 12 assists.
I always said that it would never work because they both score majority of their points in the same place. And in today's game, two of your best players, if it's not the three, two of your best players cannot score most of the points in the same place, considering the paint. Like, it just won't work. I don't know any team that succeeds now that has their best scores only score in the paint. Those are not only, but 80% of both of their points come in the paint. And no winning team has that. The Bucks, but that's Giannis, and then Middleton shoots three. So it's like any other winning team you can name shoots. Their best player shoots threes. One of them.
The best,
a lot of them.
The closest will be the Lakers, but that's LeBron James. So I mean, he can kind of do whatever.
Anthony Davis even shooting threes now. Like it's So
it's really ain't number like 5 teams in the league that you really look for, and that's Bucks, Nets, Lakers,
the Knicks,
Bucks, Lakers,
the Knicks.
I'm not naming them.
All right, hate on Obi Toppin all you want, but don't worry about it.
I actually hope he does very well this year.
Thank you. He will. Him and RJ. You don't have to hope.
Yeah.
Hey, Andrew.
There you go.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Game's about to start.
Trick, tell us something, man. You been
quiet. Tell us something, Trick. You said
quiet over there.
I don't know what y'all want me to say. I don't.
Who you looking to win the championship? Some.
Yeah.
Who I think is going to win the championship?
Yeah.
If Kyrie plays, the Nets, 100%. If Kyrie plays and everybody's healthy,
I'd say the Nets even if Kyrie don't play.
I will too. I will too. If they can stay healthy.
Yep.
Right.
Every playoff, James Harden gets hurt.
Well, so does Chris Paul, but he made a finals last year, so anything is possible.
Yeah.
So I won't say that they need Kyrie. I'm just saying if Kyrie plays, it's a lot.
Oh yeah,
like it's no question, no brain is what I'm saying. If he doesn't play, I still have the Nets as the favorite, but after that, it just depends. I don't have much faith in Westbrook, but like I said, if Westbrook miraculously shoots decent from the three, then the Lakers will win. There's really no way around that. If Westbrook shoots 35% or higher from the three, which I highly doubt, then the Lakers are going to win. He probably don't even have to do that. I just think he has to be more efficient. Maybe not take as many shots. But he don't really have to with the Lakers. So I don't know. If he can knock down shots, they'll win it all. But the chances of that is slim. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? So after the Nets, it's probably Bucks, Lakers. Like I said, it just depends. Honestly, I don't really see nobody else beating.
I can definitely see Giannis overpowering everybody and repeating. That's for sure.
Yeah, especially if they beat the Nets, I don't see why they couldn't beat LeBron. Like I said, unless Westbrook to me is the key to the Lakers' success because, I mean, yeah, he gonna dominate in so many other ways, but in order for them to win, they need him to reach another level.
That corner jumper looks awful coming off his hand. Westbrook. That thing, because he jumped so hard and like the way his arm, it looks so bad coming out of his hand. It just never looks like it's going in.
Yeah,
and that's the one kind of issue I have with him. If he's on the court with a center, what use is he? The Rockets literally had to trade Clint Capella just to get use out of Westbrook for half a season. So if he's on the floor with Anthony Davis or Dwight Howard or DeAndre Jordan or whoever else they got, what is he doing? He's not helping the team.
So that's why I said he's the key to their success. Like if they can figure out how to use him in some kind of way, then they'll be
just run the second unit. let LeBron sit down, run the second unit. But I mean, he's Russell Westbrook, so I don't think he'll do that. Just play with mostly back.
Like I said though, I just feel like if he could just hit something. Honestly, it don't even have to be a three. If he could just hit the lone two, like he could just make the motherfuckers get out there.
Yeah,
like something that would help. But if he gonna shoot like he been shooting the rest of his career, it really mean much. But that's really it for me. I don't really see nothing different. I mean, some teams are probably going to be higher than they were last year, but is it really going to be anything? So that's really that. I'm at the point with the NBA, it's like it feel like it's going to be the same couple people, and I'm just ready for that. So, that's where I'm at. I'm not gonna say it's not exciting anymore, but it's just lost this. Like I feel like I don't know who's gonna be the teams to look out for. It's the same. We couldn't even name 5 teams that could contend. It's really only 3.
I mean, well, in a sense, because we couldn't name 5 teams that could contend, that means they all could kind of contend.
No.
I mean, I mean, to make it. Because I mean, assuming, what I'm saying, Utah might catch a little 5, boom, make the finals. They're not gonna win it, but they can make it.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like, it's not even. I don't think it's that. I think it's that we know it's going to be one of these 3 teams we named to win it all.
Kind of like back when it was the Warriors and Cavs every year.
Warriors, Cavs, or when the Heat Spurs little thing. You kind of knew like
there's gonna be these cool 60-win regular season teams, but they're not gonna matter because they're gonna lose to LeBron or
or even when Kobe was in his time in the league, like you had Phoenix, you had these other real good 50, 60 win teams, but they weren't gonna beat Lakers. Like it kind of feels like that, and it's like it's not boring, but it's like it's something I can put it to the side for something else. Like I don't feel like I have to be watching it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I watch it for the love of it because I love basketball, but it's just like I watch to keep up.
I said maybe you should find a favorite team. That helps.
You think it's in balance?
Probably not. And it's not even honestly. I feel like even if, because a lot of people try to blame LeBron, even if LeBron would have never went to the Heat or super big 3, whatever, it would have eventually became to this anyway. Because if you watch high schoolers and if you keep up with any of that, you'll know that nowadays these motherfuckers teaming up and playing together. Like they're teaming up and playing other. It might be 2 top 10 playing against the other 2 top 10. Like that's just what it is now anyway. Like I feel like it would be that anyway. But even if LeBron would have never did what he did, like Jalen Green and Josh Christopher played on the same AAU team together. Like they played on the team together for like. So I really feel like I don't think it'll ever go back to that because it's not how it was. Like people don't. I ain't gonna say it's not competitive, but it's not that kind of thing. Like we can both make it and both be on the same team and both. I think back then it was probably more like you trying to take my spot. Well, now is you got enough footage and film to where I don't need to take your spot because they're gonna decide that. Like it don't matter if I play it with you, against you, or if I never see you. The scouts are gonna put me wherever they put me.
Right. Yeah.
Back then it was really more like, you know what I'm saying, you don't know until you know. So it was really more like competitive, like I can't let him be better than me. But now 2 of the best players play on the same team and nobody think nothing of it. Like, these 2 best high school players, they play against all the other best high school players, like in AAU and shit. Like they build that bond, so by the time they get to the league, they already know how to play with each other. That's what I feel like it's gonna be anyway. So I don't know. I feel like it's not gonna matter. I feel like it's probably gonna be like this for a while. I really honestly don't think it's ever gonna stop. I'm not mad at it though. You know what I'm saying? So Why wouldn't you want to play with your friend? Right?
I'm just saying, why wouldn't I want to play with the nigga that's almost, if not better than me, almost as good as me? You damn right, yeah.
And we played on the same.
We
high
can
school
bring more people
team.
in. Come on.
Yeah, we finna go to the league and we can win championships together. Why not?
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. And talent's only growing. So I feel like it's gonna get to the point where it's gonna be so many good teams. It's not even gonna feel like that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I really like about the league every year. There's more. It's just more and more.
It's more and more good talent. Like
I mean, there's so much talent that literal like conference player of the years won't even get drafted just because it's a kid that's a little bit younger than you that got more potential. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But I mean, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that you might be 6'5" playing point guard, but here comes a 6'7" guard that maybe not be as polished as you because you're a little bit older, but he got way higher ceilings. So he finna get drafted. And he gonna go higher than you, and he gonna be way more, you know what I'm saying, of a well-treated prospect than you. Mm-hmm. So, but it's so much more talent. Like, I don't think, you know what I'm saying, I don't think it's gonna be like this for long. Like LeBron is literally the last player, and him and Melo are literally the last players in their class. Like the older players are dying out fast. Like, and the new players are literally taking over. So it's not like it's gonna be long where it's only gonna be 2-3 teams. Because honestly, in this LeBron era, it's only usually been 2-3 teams anyway.
Yeah.
So
you
know what I'm saying? So
I wasn't asking a question, but I'm not. I'm just gonna slide out of that one. I was just gonna ask like how long LeBron got left, man. How long y'all think he got left in the tank?
A couple more years.
He got at least 3 of them things left in him.
Yeah, I think he's gonna play it to Bronny get that. That'd be tough.
Yeah, I feel like his last year he play with Bronny or something. Yeah, that's if he even gets there.
And I haven't seen him play since he was 15, so I don't know how good he is now. So he might be a lot better, but I think around 17, 18 is when the kids know for sure, but 15, 16 is when most of them know. You know,
I think he's gonna be probably like a late bloomer.
Yeah,
honestly,
I can see it.
He'll get a high.
See him playing for the Magic.
LeBron definitely gonna make it happen. Though. He can.
Yeah,
he'll trade every fucking body to play with his son.
Last year he gonna play. He gonna sign the minimum just to play with him too.
For sure. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
that's like. Has that ever even been done before?
No, but
that's probably what he
also
doing.
But also like that's kind of unfair to do to your kid. I feel like my dad on the team. He LeBron James, even though he old now. He LeBron James. He my dad.
He probably ain't gonna look at it like that though. He ain't gonna look at it like that though.
I think the mind is a vast, powerful place.
Definitely. He might look back on it like that, but I don't think he's gonna look at it like that originally. Like the thought of being able to play with your dad probably might seem like the coolest thing in the world to him at first.
Yeah, I mean, it probably would be with me. And my dad was one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time.
I might tell my
honestly, he might just want to do it for the history and then be like, get the fuck on my team.
Now, that I totally get.
If he's just that
the historic factor, it's just a full season of that. I don't really know. I mean, obviously it's never been done before, so clearly there's no.
But I don't think at that point LeBron would be playing enough to even make an impact.
Yeah.
So I think it'd really be more like a media
thing. Oop to each other or something like that, and then LeBron just retire mid-season or some stuff like that.
Well, that's not
retire after the first game. They throw oops to each other. That's gonna be a legendary
contract or something.
A 10-day. That'll be tough though. I ain't gonna cap.
All right. All hearts and minds are clear on NBA.
Yeah, we good.
Hopefully, our next hiatus will not be
a month
as long if it is. one of us, I promise, one of us will cut off the tip of our pinkies. If the hiatus is half as us.
I did not know where you were going with that.
I thought you were gonna say
that's a guarantee.
There ain't no guarantee. He can have it.
One of us.
He talking about himself.
We'll have their
Squid Games
cut off.
podcast is edition. Squid Games podcast edition. But make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff.